veins, 1,000 tears of sorrow. Your body is numb, you can't feel no more. Walk and break.
Non-stop rock talk with Tyson Briden.
Welcome to Nonstop Rock Talk. I'm your host, Tyson Briden. On today's show, I'm very happy to welcome Tony Spain, Sam Kerr, and Gary Younes of Los Angeles, California band Strange Legend. Guys, welcome.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Thank you for having us, man. We appreciate it.
We're doing well.
No problem. Thank you. Good. So, right off the bat, Strange Legend. Tell me a bit about the band, all the pertinent details, so my listeners can get a little more familiar with who you guys are. What obviously they know what you do. It's a music podcast, but all that important stuff pertaining to.
Yeah, we're Strange Legend. We're from LA, California. We play heavy, hardish rock, and well, what else do you want to?
We play rock and roll.
We play rock and roll, baby. That's the name of the game.
Too many genres out there nowadays that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. There are two. I mean, I like the term rock and roll, so that's good.
Yeah. Simple.
Yeah. We started like 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago.
And I split with my old band, and then I started looking for new musicians and stuff. And then I found him here in LA, and then we started jamming, and recruited a bass player. And then ever since we, writing songs and looking for singers, but never finding the right fit,
Yep, and Gary came into the picture.
And then Gary came
Again.
came last year, and then he bought a couple of songs, and you can tell right away, he's got it, man. He put the songs to another level,
Yes, he did. He fit the description of what we were looking for pretty well.
No, you guys have a very unique, but I like the sound of the band, and love the vocal, love what you guys. I heard it, and I was trying to put my finger on it, and sometimes you try to compare things, and I'm like, I really can't, because it fits into a genre, and it sounds rock and roll. It sounds heavy, but it also sounds unique and original.
And it's funny you mention that too, because people ask us all the time, okay, well, can you place yourself in a genre, this or that, a band you may sound like, and we can't. We've been telling people, hey, we're a sound of our own, and we want to keep it that way.
Yeah, we got so many influences,
That's cool.
French from the 60s to the mid-90s, I would say. A little more. And this guy is from the 2000s.
Yeah, I'm the newer guy, even though I'm not the. And I listened to a lot of R&B and hip hop growing up, and then as the years progressed and my drumming progressed, I got into rock, heavy rock. I like classical music. I'm kind of all over the board in that department. And then Tony, he's a big grunge fan,
and classic rock.
Rock.
All over the place, I even like Nine Inch Nails. And it's all that good stuff,
Yeah. And then Gary, I don't know if you can hear us, but he's a Jim Morrison, way back psychedelic kind of stuff.
Led Zeppelin.
Oh, I can definitely hear you. Yeah, I'm more definitely 70s. I discovered grunge later on, and I've really fallen in love with Chris Cornell, Soundgarden, or Just Live Work, and Alice in the Chains. But basically, my main influence were The Doors, Queen, Led Zeppelin, and these masters of rock. So that's but that's the thing. Also, it's also practice a lot of different gender of my during my travel as a musician. I play in ceremonies of ayahuasca and peyote, all kind of sacred ceremonies of music. I collaborate with some producer, electronic, a lot of different stuff. But definitely, rock is my best attraction for the music. But we're trying to mix a lot of different influences, and I hope you can hear that in the recording. Yeah.
And I mean, I was looking at your bio for you guys and each member, and I actually did go and look, because I was listening to the music, so I'm trying to figure, I'm like, what are these guys influenced by? Because I'm trying to decipher this sound, and I'm going through each guy, and I'm like, wow, it's like 4 totally different types of
Yeah,
music.
it's all over the place. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was cool though, because you guys are probably bringing all those elements
it's
together
really crazy
to make
how it
this
works,
sound,
but
right?
it gels together really, really well.
Yeah, the main thing is where you gotta find the core, you know, the bass, the drums, and the guitar. Once you get that foundation, you start writing good songs, and from there, you can take it to another level. It's all about that, you know. It's finding that that core, you know.
And for me personally, we, you know, like I said, I grew up around a lot of hip hop and a lot of bass. I was influenced by bass specifically because a friend of mine loves subwoofers. That's another story for another day. But then I went into, you know, punk, and I started playing with this guy, and he's like, "Hey, you gotta take it easy, you know, just serve the song pretty much, you know, let it play out." And I had to tell myself to slow down quite a bit. But I'm happy with what I came up with, you know?
That's cool. So do you guys, if you guys are all together, like say you're driving to a gig or whatever, I don't know if that ever happens, but would you actually come to a common denominator that you could all come to the conclusion that you could listen to the same thing though?
Yeah, sometimes I'm
Overall, yeah.
Sometimes I'm driving with the guy and he's got his phone on, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Where'd you get this from?
Yeah. Get that. Why are we listening to this?
You know, the main point is like you gotta, in music, in any art in general, you gotta have an open mind. And you know, that's the one thing, because that's what I told these guys when I met them. I want to put a band like it's like the way you describe it, like it collects all those elements from the 60s all the way to the 2000s or whatever, to nowadays, and put them all together, you know, and create that kind of band that, because usually you see the classic rock guys doing the classic rock, and you get the grunge guys doing the grunge, and it's always that division, you know. And I say, well, how about if we put a band that is like all together, you know, it would be something cool, you know. Of course, you have to write the music for it, but, and then to create that, you have to keep an open mind, you know. Always, sometimes I listen to songs that I might not dig the vocals here and there, but there's some good moments that you can tell.
Yeah, you can pick and choose.
Like Tool, you know Tool.
Oh yeah,
Tool
of course,
is a great band, but you know it's a different kind of band. But you have to. The past 2 months I've been listening to most of the records, and at the beginning I was like a little skeptical about it. But I said, okay, because I'm a big vocal guy. I'm a big fan of Freddie Mercury and Chris Cornell and Lane Staley.
Yeah.
And
Freddie, back from the dead. Yeah, this is a common point, is that we definitely think he was the best performer of all time. So since I'm a pianist and I'm a big fan, they joke with me that I'm the new Freddie Mercury. Yeah, but it's true. We have this kind of different influences for sure. Especially because I'm French and you know Tony's Cubano and Sam is American. So I'm more influenced by English bands, obviously, but then American too, like Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, Fleetwood Mac. A lot of amazing bands here, and of course Jimi Hendrix and all these people. But it's a mix of a lot of different roots. I also have roots in North Africa, Tunisia. So you know, we try to do all this melting pot inside the band and see what is going to be the cooking tonight. It's every night trying something new.
Gary.
Yeah, trying something new on recording or on live. Trying to bring a new layer on the rock, because we love rock music. This is definitely our common point. Like you say, it is rock, hard rock, prog rock. At the end of the day, it's like it's the same source from the blues, and it's not today. Rock is not of course as popular as in the 70s, 80s, but we really love to bring a new energy of the rock, mixing with love for other influences like world music, spiritual music, flamenco, a lot of different spice. I would say spices.
Right.
To find a good mix.
Well, I mean, the last tune on the EP has that type of, I guess, would you call that a Cuban Latino vibe to it?
Which is it?
You're talking about the
name is it?
I'm a big fan of Paco de Lucia. I don't know if you know him. He's the best flamenco guy in Spain.
Yeah.
Flamenco.
Yeah, one of the greatest flamenco guitarists of all time.
He was more like he transcribed the classical pieces into the guitar.
Exactly.
Back in the day, the guitar wasn't the main instrument, and he made the guitar an important instrument, and that's what he did. That guy, Andres Segovia, he took classical songs like Mozart and Bach and all that, and he put them on the guitar, and then he demonstrated that the guitar could be a whole orchestra. You can do so many sounds with the guitar. If you see, I saw a video of him saying, "Okay,
yeah,
check this out," and then he would be like, "This, I could make a sound like a cello.
Yeah,
I could make sound this like a violin." And the guitar is really, really versatile instrument. Just you have to have the ability to make it happen.
You can even make it percussive, man. I mean, Tony's come up with some stuff lately with the different strumming patterns, and he'll hit it over here, on different parts of the song.
Yeah.
I mean, then it becomes a whole, like you said, a whole orchestra. It's wild.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of younger kids on YouTube doing all this acoustic stuff with all this. It's taking some of that Eddie Van Halen stuff and doing it acoustic and playing using the guitar and like you said, the percussion and everything. So, which is cool. And that song was The Virgin.
Yeah, we actually just released a music video for it. If you want to check it out on YouTube.
Okay.
We just released the clip.
Cool.
Yeah.
I will check that out. Cool. I'll check that out for sure. So, I mean, in terms of, this might be a silly question, but I mean, I've got to ask it. Is there any type of origin in terms of the name of the band?
Well, that
This is for Tony.
We were struggling to get everybody together to find a name that everybody liked.
Yeah. It took a while.
And we wrote with a few names, but didn't quite fit the style of the band, this and that, And then one day I'm driving on the freeway and I had two words together. And I said, "How about this?" And then everybody started digging. And I said, "Okay." I had the idea behind it, But but if you look at the logo, we don't want to disclose it yet.
Yeah.
We want to leave that mystery.
As we've been saying, it's an ambiguous name, and we feel like just like the song "Can't Breathe," which I'm sure we'll talk about later. It's one of those names, and also the song itself. We want the listeners to adapt it to whatever is going on in their life.
That's cool.
So
I mean, let's talk about what's that.
It's open for interpretation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would say.
Let's talk about Can't Breathe.
I think it would be like if you look at the logo and pay attention to the logo, I think you get some clues there what's happening.
Exactly.
Okay. I like that.
I mean, it's always
Cool.
I'm a big fan of having some mistake and leaving something to the imagination.
I am
because
as well.
when you have to explain it all like to the people, it loses kind of that mistake that I was saying. But it's always good to leave people, and that's how I usually write, open that for this guy, the song might mean something, and for somebody else might mean something else. And that's a good thing, that's when you're writing something that can transcend,
like the actors, don't reveal what they use for their scene, or magician don't reveal their tricks. It's we like to also not reveal what the songs are about or the names. Let's the people, maybe they know better than us what it is about.
Well, I mean, it's funny because getting to Can't Breathe, the video, I mean, I'm watching it. It's really cool, but but it's very trippy, and it actually, I'm watching it and I'm actually feeling like I can't breathe as I'm watching it, because I'm like, it's kind of uncomfortable.
Exactly.
There's sequences where you're thinking, what is going on here? I mean, and I also find it's kind of has a mid 90s vibe to it video wise.
Sure.
Where bands were kind of pushing the envelope there with the videos. They were very dark, they were very
And edgy,
different.
you know?
Yeah.
They wanted to disrupt whatever was going on in your mind, and that was kind of our focus a little bit. In that
So
video.
the idea behind the video, because I know it gets people confused, what I wanted to portray, or we wanted to portray the chaos in the mind of a person going through a struggle, and that's where you see all those images going on crazy. That's the chaos in the mind. So it was like, well, how can we portray that on film, you know? And that's why you see all those different scenes and different things, and that psychedelic kind of trippy kind of stuff. And that's what it means. That's the meaning of the video. It's, the chaos in somebody's mind, struggling with that, with his mind, his conscience.
It's funny because you watch, I believe at the beginning of the video where, I believe it's you guys speaking, but you don't hear the words. Mm-hmm. And that's such a, psychologically, it kind of messes you up, because you're like, you want to know, you're watching it, I want to know what he's saying, like what's being said there. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. That came out pretty cool. I mean, that video was like a Frankenstein. We started putting things.
The video was a DIY homemade project in the garage we're sitting in right here. This is where all the magic happened. And I filmed it, and we edited it ourselves, and he gave me the ideas. I put it together, and bam, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam has many strings at his arch. He's not only a drummer. He's doing a lot of things for the band. First, as being the lead manager for sure, and he's not only an amazing drummer.
That's awesome. So, I mean, you guys you're based Los Angeles area, I guess, which was, of course, once an amazing hotbed for all things music in the 80s.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of, right? I think it was, at least. I think a few bands.
Especially for your boy Jim Morrison, huh, Gary?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, when you go in the Sunset Strip, when you go in these places, whiskey, and you feel. We're lucky to play 2 months ago, and it's always special. Yeah, it's always special because you know all these people came there before, and it's legendary. So it's not as obviously hot as in the 70s, 80s regarding rock music, but it still carry this energy, these tracks, and this legend. So we're very, very excited to play in all these places.
Is the whiskey the only one of those legendary bars venues that's still open?
No, I mean there's a Troubadour too. Yeah.
Oh, it's still there.
Probably
Okay.
a couple of others. Viper Room. I mean, it's a little less legendary.
Yeah, that's been.
Yeah, the Roxy Theater is still there.
Yeah. The Rainbow.
El Cid, is that one that was there back? No, that's a newer one that's coming up. Yeah.
Gazzari's gone now. Is it still there?
Gazzari's?
Gazzari's. GA. Yeah, it was Bill Gazzari owned it. So it's obviously not there anymore. I think he passed away. Yeah, I think it was Van Halen. A lot of the bands. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Van Halen kind of got a start there.
Yeah, the only thing about these clubs is that they make it so hard.
For new bands, yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
Is it pay to play?
And then if the band is coming up, and then they don't even care about if the music is interesting or it's good or.
No, it's kind of taking the integrity out of everything, because it's like they don't care if you're good or bad.
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean, if you're a
bring
band,
people in.
Comes from money. I mean, you could play these clubs all night and spend a buttload, and I mean, you could do it. But if it's insane. It's really insane. Mm-hmm.
The same thing happens.
It is like I'm saying. It's like these guys, they see that, and then every weekend they're struggling with the same thing. Then you see them. You go on the weekend, and then they don't have the club.
Yeah, the club's
sold out.
empty. Club's empty.
So what they're doing is just trying to set up for the next weekend and pushing bands, and they don't get there because and everybody's at the same. So instead of creating, I was like, listen to some bands that they got some potential, got something going on, and I start bringing them up, you know. Then you start creating a scene.
Yeah.
And then after a few months, after a couple of years, it's gonna catch up. And then after a while, you're gonna have people lining up because they know that's the place that you're gonna see good rock and pop.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right?
That's right. But it seems that identity of a hot spot has just kind of gone away. It's almost like Seattle was the last real hotbed scene like that, right? Seattle, yeah.
Oh yes, Seattle is.
So,
I mean, I heard Portland is still a pretty cool place for performers. Portland, also.
Where is Gary?
Portland?
Sorry.
I heard also Portland. Portland is pretty cool. I mean, Austin, of course. All these
Portland. Oh.
places. Yeah. It's not as. Well, yeah. This is definitely. This is the edge of business, and bands like us need to do a lot of things that probably our predecessor in the 70s never had to think about all this. The manager, the social media, the logo, all the. So we have to be at the same time, in playing the game, like you say, and being like trying to find our ways in a more like a modern way, which is. I mean, we share that, the four of us, to not spend too much time not doing music, because this is, of course, the main. We want to create, we want to do new songs and stuff, but we have to spend a lot of time and money also on all the other part of it. And this is just different. So let's see how it goes. But we always have to be optimistic that it's always for the best. So it will be good at the end, like we say.
Yeah, it's like that thing, you know. It's like technology is going so fast, and then the people in the business, they're trying to push the bands to go at the same pace with the technology, and that's not possible.
Yeah, it's
like they want you to pull material out constantly, and that's not possible. The band
material, writing,
it gets diluted.
A band has to. That's why we fall into the era of singles. You know, they don't care about doing a whole album anymore. Yeah.
Oh yeah, who cares about albums anymore? I remember Prince saying albums matters. You remember when he said that in the Grammys? I think it was 10 years ago. He said album. He knew it. He knew what it was happening. Yeah.
He knew it.
I mean, we didn't release an album. We released an EP. We may keep going that way because it's a different way to listen to music now, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of bands are doing it.
Yeah.
This EP.
The business is pushing, you know, because technology and everything is so fast, and every 6 months is getting crazier and crazier.
And I remember myself, you know, I've been playing drums since I was, you know, in my early teens, and growing up into 16, 17 age, I was playing shows, and between then and now, like, you know, difference of about 15 years, I've had to learn how to edit music, you know, record it. I've learned how to edit videos, do that. I've learned how to optimize social media and advertising platforms to get the most out of, you know, what we do. I mean, it's a slew of things that just me personally, I've had to learn other than just playing the drums. So it's been a constant challenge, definitely.
No, it takes away from it takes away from the creativity. You know?
Yeah.
And
that's for sure.
That's what I keep saying. It's like they're trying to keep in any art form. Doesn't have to be music. In any art form, they're trying to push the art along with the technology that you can keep up with that.
Well, the problem is somebody always tries to own the art other than the artist. You know what I mean? And it's trying to make money
talking
off
about
of
the manager
art.
of Bowie.
Well, I mean, he's just a good example, right?
Art is gotta
Like, it's-
ferment, it's gotta have its,
The
songs.
good thing now is that these people, the good thing now, these people are not in the music anymore because they're not so much money as before. So these sharks left the business.
That's right.
I think that's at least a good
They've
point.
moved on. They've moved on. That's true. They've moved on to try and screw something.
They went to video games, so we good.
Totally.
The music is free now and pure. No, but yeah, this is true. This has always been the case, and will always be.
Now, and that actually brings me to my next question. It's about the EP. The EP. Now it's an independent
definitely.
release, I take it. Yes. So have you guys received any interest from labels, or maybe you guys would prefer to remain independent, where you have more creative freedom?
I mean, we are open for whatever comes our way. It would be good, to stay independent because that's the way to go nowadays. You hear all these stories that we know, and then it freaks the hell out of you,
Definitely.
And then you say, well, what's there for us,
Yeah.
And then some doors are opening in this alley, like independent. They say, well, it might be a possibility there, but it's too much work. You always need a team behind. But it's a good work. It's a good door that is open.
Yeah, it's an option for us. As of right now, we're still a fresh band and we're still learning. Like I said, from the age blah 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 blah, I've been learning all these things. I like to tell myself if I found a good mentor to kind of guide me through the fire rings, it would be a great help. And we never know you never know what you're going to come across in this business. So it is definitely an option. I know I've looked into a lot of I don't know everything about the music business, especially that aspect of it. But from a lot of these bigger things that people do get, it would have to fit us, just like anything in your personal life. If you go and you make this purchase, it's going to have to fit with your budget and everything else. So, I mean, if we find someone that wants to sit down and talk to us, we'll listen and check it out. But the independent route's always the route to go, but it can be difficult being, a single artist.
Yeah, it's totally. Really.
I think what we need more even than a label, since we work with an amazing producer too from New Zealand called Tim, is in Island Park, and what I think will be even more important is a tour or a
Going on tour in different countries is better than doing it here in the States, which I can understand.
Tony used to live in Spain too. Tony Spain.
Yeah,
It will be back to the source for him. It's not a joke. No, but more seriously, I think definitely we're trying to find now really more like festivals and playing for bands before like their shows or stuff that could bring us more live. We love playing live, and we also really know from the feedback of the people that when we play live, people really enjoy and get really high about the stuff. And our goal for 2022, I would say, it's really to be able to perform in bigger audiences and festivals, stuff like that. So it's not technically like a label, but like we work now with a promoter, and it's this thing, and being like in a good. We are in radio in Brazil, Australia too, like in some podcasts all over the world, Germany. I think it's trying to be visible because there's so many now possibility to do and give music online that there is. People are also like a little. It's so many offers make them harder to find you. It's like you're drawn in the bottom, like the brother of my girlfriend always say. You're like the last book, in the library. If you're the last book on the bottom of the column, nobody will ever buy it to you. It can be the best book of the history. it can be the Nobel Prize. Like nobody will go into that.
like
So you
it.
have to find a way to be on the top, which is by all this visibility on social media, promotion, Spotify's list, and of course live. And so this is we rehearsed for 1.5 years almost without playing live. We were just playing. Imagine we're gonna play live. It was COVID, and we didn't know if it's gonna happen one day. So we were like, just when it's gonna reopen. I mean, now it's maybe gonna close again.
Yeah, we played live. It was only for
We'll be like, okay, we just like go for whatever. And I think now we're really excited to begin to play more and more in 2022. Yeah. For big audience too.
Yeah, it's COVID's been. I mean, I never thought 2 years later we'd.
Well, some people say it's gonna be 10 years, man.
Well,
so be prepared. No.
Lock up on
I
that.
hope not, but you never know. I said when someone told me 2 years, I said you're crazy. This is gonna and here we are. So
we
you
may
might
have
be
to
right,
do
10
10 doses
could be,
each.
Who knows? Well, another
Booster. It's gonna be like a
booster every month.
supplement
No,
juice, like they do vitamin water. You gotta take your booster. It's a new world. Yeah, we're living. It's a really crazy time. So we also realize that we're really lucky to do what we love, and so this is amazing for us. So we're just trying to be the more visible now. We're getting out of the garage where we were for 1 year. He didn't preparing our stuff. And be prepared to be like more like seen, and now is the time for us. So we feel it's gonna be exciting in 2022. If the world is alive,
and now,
of course, and things are.
if the world is alive, if we're still,
Yeah.
well, let's hope we are. Now looking at your website, of course, there's clips for the EP on the website. But it also says, there's also a caption there that says, if you come to see the band, these are the songs you will get to hear. And I noticed there was 3 or 4 songs that aren't on the EP. Will
we
they be
just
on the
talked about
next
that
EP possibly?
last week or a couple nights ago, whichever one it was. Yeah, those songs, I think one of them is Nailed to the Wall, and another one is No One's Writing for Free. And it's funny because Nailed to the Wall it's an awesome song. And we've had that was when we made all these songs, a few years ago. Can't Breathe and Nail to the Wall were like one of the first 2 that we kind of started with. So it's weird that we actually went ahead and recorded these other songs rather than, Nail to the Wall. But
Left them off.
there was a few things we ran into as far as recording it that need to be more dialed in. There's different tempos and different things we have to work out. And we don't want to waste time when we go into the studio. So the batch of songs we had when we first went, they were on the money. It's like, okay, we got to do these now and, get them done. So that's kind of why we went that route.
Yeah, and another point that I want to bring up is
Cool.
all of these songs, this new EP that we're recording, it's like when we say, we're not, it's a band completely untouched by the establishment. It's like, you get, when you first listen to those songs on the radio or whatever, they are filtered by producers and who knows how many songwriters. These songs, whoever is listening out there, these songs that we put out is completely wrote it by us. The guy that we recorded with,
all you guys.
Gary said, the guy from New Zealand.
Shout out to Tim at York Recording.
Tim,
thank you very much.
He helped us.
Yeah, Tim, brother, if you hear us,
Get a bit heavier sound, with the acoustics of the sound, But in terms of the arrangement of the songs and everything, that's completely done by us. That's a unique thing to hear to whoever anybody's listening out there. That most of the bands that you see or hear, they are filtered by the record labels, producers, songwriters. What you're hearing now is just completely done.
Yeah.
For this band. That's something that I wanted to bring.
Yeah, and which I was getting to was that I was surprised because for that very fact, I'm like, wow, this is unproduced. You guys did it all yourself. I'm like, this is very well done, very original, and it just has a cool vibe to it. So
Yeah, thank you, man. We really appreciate you
so
saying
kudos to you guys for sure.
Yeah, the whole band has got a good ear. That's the good thing. It's not like one guy. Yeah, I might come out with the main ideas, but the whole band, and Gary is a good songwriter too. But the whole band has got a good ear to where take the song.
Yeah.
To that tension on release. And then okay, this needs to be here, this needs to be there. That kind of thing.
Or basically rewrite parts for the other ones. Like Wayne was doing. They were all like changing part and giving some new ideas, and it's almost a collective work. Even if, of course, sometimes mainly Tony come with ideas, I come also with ideas, but Josh and Sam also come with great ideas. Josh is our bassist. He's probably one of the most amazing musician of the four of us, and he's also an amazing singer, but he has a lot of great ideas when we try to find a good recipe. And this helps, for people that can write or can have a good ideas, is make it easier than if you're on your own and you have to find everything by yourself to make sure it's good. And we have Tim too, who is a great producer. So we're the five ready to bring even greater song next year, I'm sure.
Awesome. I look forward to hearing that.
Yeah. This guy, it always reminds me of when we're writing songs more like Queen,
Yeah.
That everybody's got an element.
The collaborative effort.
Yeah, like the bassist, he come out with another one, Bite Dust. And
yes. Yes.
Roll songs,
John Deacon.
Roll
Right.
songs, yeah. And
John Deacon.
he got a couple of songs that I tell him, hey, you just gotta put more time on it, and then you can write it,
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Yeah, just a skill you got to develop, man, and it's just it's a matter of time. It's not going to happen overnight.
So that's the good thing about this band, that everybody's got a good ear. Sometimes they say, hey, that sucks. You gotta come up with something better, and then we don't need somebody else outside the band to tell us. I mean, we open-minded to hear all the opinions.
Yeah,
but we're really close to the idea what we're trying to get across.
Right.
The person outside, like Tim, he sometimes say, hey, we should do this only one time, or cut it out here. A little few details that it makes sense. Okay, we look at each other and we say, okay, it makes sense. But for the most part, the music that you're hearing is like completely wrote by us and edited by us, and that's a unique thing now. I mean, I don't know if you know Rick Beato. He's a really big guy on YouTube now. He breaks the songs and whatever they're doing, all the instruments.
Oh, okay.
So he got him really popular. So, to my surprise, he was a producer, big producer in Atlanta.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he said that,
He produced one of Shinedown's albums, I think.
yeah.
Oh, he did?
And
Okay.
he said that you'd be surprised how many of these bands that he produced, and many of the bands from the 2000s and even farther back, they will come into the studio and they will have
no
maybe
clue.
one idea or two, and then they will have like two or three songwriters to write the songs for them. That's pretty, and to me that was like, that's crazy.
It's wild, man. I could never think about that. But I mean, if you're on the budget, but I wouldn't even say, hey, bring two songwriters in at whatever X amount of money a pop. I mean, that's like, that's an expense.
That's two more guys to pay.
Exactly.
Right.
But besides that, another
And then publishing.
that it doesn't have nothing to do with the band. And I was shocked when he said that. It's like, you have no idea how many of these bands, they don't have nothing. They just got songwriters to do the songs and they put the songs out there. That's why you hear sometimes the first album pretty good, and all of a sudden, two or three albums after that, they don't sound the same. And that's the reason.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Well, guys, I want to thank you for joining me this evening. But before I let you guys go, we should fill in my listeners of where they can find all things pertaining to Strange Legend, how they can get the EP. Now, is the EP only streaming, or is it available on physical copies as well?
If they really want a physical copy, we can definitely create one.
Okay.
And other than that, you can find us on Spotify, most streaming platforms, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play. I think Deezer is another. There's a whole bunch of them we're on. And then if also you can go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. That's Strange Legend. Instagram, Facebook, Strange Legend Official. And for right now, that's about it. We don't really have a Twitter or TikTok account. We are on TikTok, but we don't really put too many things out there. So I would stick with
we're too old for TikTok, I think.
Yeah.
I keep saying the same thing.
If you're over 13 years old, you can't be on TikTok.
I know.
My question to you: Do you think anybody would be willing to get a CD, buy a CD or something nowadays?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I
heard this is a new thing now that a lot of artists release vinyl.
Vinyl,
especially for the sound. Yeah,
vinyls.
That's a very good idea, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
vinyl's the way to go.
We would love to do that.
Never did better than this.
I mean, there's nothing better than looking at your own album with this big cover, and you know what I mean. Like that's
that physical thing in your hands.
That's right. And so many. You'd be surprised. So many guys are when their album comes out, and you ask them, and they're like, "I can't wait to hold my own vinyl in my hand."
Oh yeah, we would love to do that. It's just a matter of
it's cost,
budget, and you know, that's the.
We actually find it's very funny that you talk about it. It's just the last funny stories. When we were recording this EP, we went downstairs to have a beer, and it was a French guy, and he said, "Oh, yeah, I'm living here for 20 years. Actually, I know a good guy, very cheap. You can do your vinyl in the France, in a small village of France." And I say, I'm gonna bring back a lot of vinyl when I'm gonna go there. But he was telling that you can still find good deal printing vinyl. It's just like some passionate people are doing it again, and it's possible even for independent band to do it. So that's good. I think that's a great idea, and we should definitely think about it for the next one.
It's funny because there's so much. Every week, an artist is like going back, and they're like, "Oh, this is being re-released on vinyl." It's like there's so many of them. It's great. The only thing is you can't afford to buy them all. Because to buy vinyl and shipping isn't cheap either, right? Like, and anything that comes from the States to Canada is astronomical.
You gotta pay tax and stuff on, right?
Well, yeah, sometimes tax, but like just to ship it up here is like $25-$30. Sometimes the same cost of the album, so you're doubling your cost.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
You really love the band.
I tell you what, if we get
you have to.
If we get on the vinyl train, we're gonna send it with all the costs.
Yeah, we'll take care of it for you.
Thanks, guys. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Well, that'd be so cool.
We'll definitely do that for you for sure, man. That will be good to remember. Thanks to telling about this.
Hey Tyson, before we go, man, I really want to appreciate that you guys, what you guys are doing. You know, like taking this independently. Taking your time, I really appreciate that.
No problem, guys. I had not heard the band, and of course, I'll give Jody Best a plug because she told you guys, and she said, would you be interested? And I said, of course. And then I heard the music, and I was like, okay, I'm excited to talk about.
Awesome.
About the band.
We'd love to come to play in Canada, man.
Yes.
I actually heard there's a great scene in Canada. People love music, and I knew people are cool, and it's a confirmation with you. But we know that because the French and Canadian, sometimes they compare, and Canadian people are much more cool and nicer than sometimes French. Well, they say and they really laugh at each other. Yeah. I know you are. I know you laugh at us. though. It's cool. And you're right. Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, thank you so much, and best of luck, and hopefully we'll get to talk again.
Definitely.
That will be a pleasure, man. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
you guys have a great night. Thanks again.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sweet as none defeat, no man denies the melting moment when God revives. The blissful stream beneath its chosen skin, where there's no pressure and wonders are born. If I should fall, if you feel tall, we'll find a way to the verge of this. High or low, the roses grow. The heart is proof that heaven